Hey guys, okay, let's take three things from the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view that I will note. And neither of them are the title changes because quite frankly I am indifferent towards the new champions because I do not think they will be world champions after the pay-per-view. So I'm indifferent. I'm not really that interested in that. But I will take three things out of this pay-per-view that I will note. Number one, Michael Cole is god-awful. And that is sad because back when this guy was with JBL on SmackDown, he was fine. You know, he wasn't the stronger of those two by any means. That has to be expected. But he wasn't doing anything to mess that up. And he's gotten worse as time has gone on. That's just pathetic. I mean, I couldn't believe what I was listening to throughout this pay-per-view, to be honest. He needs to stop trying so hard. He's trying too hard. He needs to stop doing that. Okay, number two, there's a pyrotechnics guy that needs to be fired. Quite frankly, I mean, I don't know if it was human error. If it wasn't, then I apologize for saying that. But Taker's already working injured. The last thing he needs is to burst into flames. So take that with what you will. And number three, Sheamus is no longer the WWE Champion. And I'm going to talk about this in this video because I think it's been interesting to think about what the future holds for Sheamus. What is the next step in the Sheamus experiment, as I like to call it? I mean, what has been happening up to now has just been about maybe the worst WWE Championship reign I've ever witnessed, to be honest. And I don't say that to be nasty because I actually was not against Sheamus winning the title at TLC per se, because I thought they would do something worthwhile with him after the title run, like they've done with some people, like they've done that with some people in the past, and it has turned out to be, well, not the best title reigns in the history of the company. They've at least redeemed themselves from having like a title reign with no build up, and they've made it worthwhile in some regards. That's not what they did here. That's not what they did here at all. It was what I would describe as Vince McMahon's attempt to push through a risk-free push, because in this troubled economy he has to answer to angry shareholders about keeping incomes constant, and he does not want to take any risks, so he tried to do this with a risk-free push. He could try to push Sheamus while keeping everyone else 100% protected from losing to a upcoming superstar. And, you know, entrepreneur Vince from the 80s, who unified all the territories, he might know that there's no such thing as a risk-free push. Today Vince McMahon seems to have forgotten that. There's no such thing as a risk-free push. If you're going to push someone new, there's always going to be some degree of risk involved. If you push someone the right way, there's almost no risk involved. But that's not what happened with Sheamus. You know, they gave him no credible wins. I mean, no offense to Christian, but he's not a credible win, at least not at this point. I mean, he's not at the twilight of his career by any means, but he's not the future of the company either. I don't think if he gets a main event run at this stage in his career, it'll be short and not very memorable at all. But you know, Christian isn't a credible win in my opinion. He got no clean wins over the major superstars, who actually wouldn't be that damaged by losing to Sheamus, in my opinion anyway. You know, Cena has got his legacy cemented at 32 years old. You know, he could lose to Sheamus once, twice, three times, however many times, and you know, everyone will remember him for the historic title reigns, the Superman push, all that stuff. He's got a legacy cemented at 32 years old. There's no harm in letting Sheamus beat him a few times by pinfall, not by losing his balance and not by disqualification. So there you go. Orton, okay, not a really cemented legacy yet, but he's not even 30 years old yet. He's got he's got his whole career ahead of him still, and he's definitely done pretty well in what he's done before turning 30. So you know, he's not got a cemented legacy yet. So you know, whatever, you know. And Triple H is the next step in the Sheamus experiment, because all signs point to Sheamus versus Triple H at WrestleMania, and that is what I'm going to talk about. Because, you know, if we believe what we read on the internet, if Triple H really thinks as highly of Sheamus as we believe he does, then we can safely say that he's going to put Sheamus over at WrestleMania. That he's going to actually want to put Sheamus over. That he is giving up a title match at WrestleMania to put Sheamus over. And if he doesn't put Sheamus over at WrestleMania, then mind-boggling. I just will lose all hope in mankind. Well, no, I don't like going for dramatics in these videos, but it'll just be the most senseless thing I've ever seen, based on all we've heard and all we've read on the internet in the past few months about Sheamus and Triple H and all that thing going on. But say that does happen. Say Sheamus does get put over by Triple H at WrestleMania. You know, there's something with that. There's something there that will suggest that Sheamus is not going anywhere for a while, that he still has a future. If Triple H lets him beat him at WrestleMania and actually puts him over, you know, you cannot really write Sheamus off as another Great Khali or another Vladimir Kozlov. You know, they didn't do what Sheamus is poised to do at WrestleMania, and that is beat Triple H and get over on Triple H's name at WrestleMania. You know, I just don't think you can write Sheamus off if that is what's really going to happen. You know, they might pull some more tricks out of the book with Sheamus and give him more unique title reigns, such as the one we just saw from him. But I just don't think that if Sheamus does get put over by Triple H at WrestleMania, then he is not going to be a footnote. He's going to be around in a main event capacity in some way or another, even after this god-awful title reign. I mean, look at the WWE, the state of the WWE after WrestleMania. You know, Undertaker, HBK, they're going to be both on a break. At this point, after all the rumours over the years about them retiring, I will not believe it until it's been confirmed 100% twice. So I do believe they're going to be taking time off after WrestleMania. I don't think they're going to be retiring. I will not believe it until I read it. For 100% confirmed. Okay, so there we go. HBK and Undertaker will be gone. Batista will be going to film a movie, and then he will decide whether he wants to come back or not at all. Rey will be going to get much needed overdue surgery, so Rey Mysterio will be gone. And I do remember reading that Cena had a bad back, but don't quote me on that one because I might be wrong, I might be thinking of somebody else. But, you know, look at that. That is a very sad state of affairs for WWE after WrestleMania. That's a lot of stars gone. Think of SmackDown. After Batista, Taker, and Rey are gone, who's going to carry SmackDown for that time? You know, Jericho, Edge, and Punk. That's pretty much it. And, you know, expect SmackDown on that basis alone to come off top in the draft this year. But that's not even the point of this video. The point of this video is, you know, the WWE will be in a sad state of affairs after WrestleMania with all the talent gone. And it might not be a bad time to think about pushing some guys. And, you know, Sheamus will be up there on that list, in my opinion. If he gets put over by Triple H at WrestleMania, he might have a future. In my opinion, he will. You know, Triple H will not put over a guy at WrestleMania for nothing if they're going to just fade into the background. That's just my opinion. You know, I just couldn't fathom throughout this title reign what if Triple H was trying to push this guy and that's his idea of a push. I mean, I shouldn't say Triple H trying to push him because I don't think that Triple H was directing the push week by week. That's just a bit too paranoid even for me. But you know, if Triple H trumpeted this guy and said such great things about him, then what was that? What was that title reign? Because I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't mind Sheamus. I think he can work a good match. He can be carried to a good match. He doesn't suck in the ring like some people say. You know, he does some good stuff in the ring. You know, he's not the greatest in the ring, but he's good in the ring in my opinion. And he can cut a comfortable promo. He can cut a comfortable promo. So I'm not really against him being a main eventer per se. I just think they gave him a horrible title reign, and I just don't understand why they did it. You know, a risk-free push, there's no such thing. And they need to realise that. And they need to, if they really want Sheamus to be the future of the company, maybe not the entire future of the company. You know, that I'm sure they're still going to invest heavily in Cena still for the next 10 years. But if they want Sheamus to be a long-term main eventer, then they need to do better than this. And we'll just have to see. You know, what is your opinion on the future of Sheamus? Do you think he's going to fade into the background like Khali and Kozlov, or will he have a future in the company after this championship reign? Now that he is the former WWE Champion. That's just a quick video. I won't have time, of course, to do many more videos now that I'm back at school, but I will try and get at least one more video up before the weekend. That's all for this video. I'm out. Later.